Most men don't realize how much of their strength is decided within the first hour of their day. What you do right after waking up doesn't just influence your energy levels, it sets the tone for your blood flow, your hormone levels, and even your sense of confidence. If you're over 50 and finding it harder to feel like yourself, mornings might be the place to start. My name is Dr. Tate, and for over 20 years, I've helped men regain their vitality without relying on pills or extreme programs. What I'm about to share with you is a simple 4-step morning routine that supports your testosterone, sharpens your circulation, and helps you feel more present in your body and your relationships. So let me ask you, how do you feel when you wake up? If your answer is stiff, tired, or just off, you're not alone. Many men in their 60s and 70s tell me they wake up feeling like the fire's gone out. They're not sleeping well, their energy dips by mid-morning, their confidence isn't what it used to be, and when intimacy becomes rare or difficult, they start to feel like the best years are behind them. But that's not the truth. The truth is, many of these problems trace back to something simple: circulation. You see, over 80% of male performance issues aren't caused by aging or even low testosterone. They're caused by poor blood flow, and mornings are the perfect time to reverse that. There's a silent shift that happens in the body as we age. Blood vessels become less flexible. The inner lining of those vessels, called the endothelium, stops producing as much nitric oxide, the chemical that tells arteries to relax and open up. Without it, blood flow weakens. That affects everything, from how alert you feel to how your body responds to stimulation. But here's the good news. That lining can heal. Your vessels can reopen, and nitric oxide can come back if you send the right signals. And the best time to send those signals is in the first hour of your day. I want to introduce you to something I call the 4R protocol. 4 simple morning steps that rehydrate, reoxygenate, reignite, and refuel your body's key systems. This routine has helped men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s feel stronger, think clearer, and reconnect with their sense of masculinity, all by spending 20 to 30 minutes in the morning doing a few deliberate things. No gym, no medication, just natural support. Let's take a quick look at why mornings matter so much. Between 6 and 9 a.m., your testosterone levels are at their highest. Your cortisol, the hormone that helps regulate energy and inflammation, rises naturally. Your nervous system is shifting from rest into wake mode. This means your body is primed to perform, but only if you give it the right signals. If you start your morning with stress, dehydration, or sitting still for too long, you send your system the wrong message. And that's what most men do without realizing it. Phone in hand, bad posture, no food, no water, your body doesn't get the signal to thrive. That's where we change the pattern. Let me tell you about Marcus. He's 67, retired from construction, and told me he felt like a shell of himself. His words: "I don't feel like a man anymore, Doc." He had trouble sleeping, low energy, and intimacy had become awkward and frustrating. He tried supplements, even a prescription or two, but nothing made a real difference. We didn't overhaul his life. We started with his mornings. Within 3 weeks of following the 4-hour routine, he came back with a whole different energy. His face had more color, he was standing taller, and the first thing he said was, "I'm back." That's the power of what I'm about to walk you through. Step 1 is rehydrate. The moment you wake up, your blood is thicker than it should be. You lose water overnight through breathing and sweating, even if you don't feel it. And thick blood doesn't flow well. Your heart has to work harder to pump it. The solution is simple. Drink 12 to 16 ounces of room temperature water within 15 minutes of waking up. Not ice cold, not coffee, just clean water. Add a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon if you'd like. This kickstarts circulation, wakes up your digestive system, and helps flush out the stress hormones that spike while you sleep. Step 2 is reoxygenate. This means deep, controlled breathing. Most of us breathe shallowly, from the chest, especially when we're stressed. But your blood vessels respond differently when you breathe from the diaphragm. This type of breathing tells your body it's safe. It's time to recover. Here's how to do it. Sit or lie down comfortably. Inhale slowly through your nose for 6 seconds. Hold it for 2, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this for 5 minutes. It may feel strange at first, but within days, most men notice a calm energy and a clearer head. This breathing pattern does more than relax you. It raises nitric oxide levels in your lungs and nasal passages, which helps expand your blood vessels. You get better blood flow to your brain, your heart, and yes, your reproductive organs. Studies show that 5 minutes of morning breath work can improve circulation, reduce blood pressure, and even support testosterone production by calming your adrenal glands. We've now hydrated your body and boosted blood flow. In the next part, we'll move into steps 3 and 4, reignite and refuel, where we activate your strength and feed your hormones the fuel they need to thrive. These final steps are where men start to feel the biggest shifts in energy, performance, and mood. So stay with me, and I'll guide you through the rest. All right, now that your body's hydrated and your circulation is flowing, it's time for step 3, reignite. This is where we send a direct message to your body. Testosterone still matters, and strength still matters. But you don't need to hit the gym or lift heavy weights to do that. What you need is just one simple set of a compound movement that tells your muscles and hormones it's time to work. A compound movement is an exercise that works multiple muscle groups at once. That's what your testosterone responds to. Think of bodyweight squats, push-ups, or even step-ups onto a stair. You're not going for exhaustion here. You're sending a signal. Choose just one of these and do 8 to 12 slow, controlled reps. If you're doing push-ups and find them too hard, do them against a wall or on your knees. If squats are uncomfortable, hold on to a chair for balance. The goal isn't soreness, it's activation. 2 to 3 minutes of movement is enough. What happens next is subtle but powerful. Your testosterone starts to rise. Your muscles become more insulin sensitive, and your metabolism gets a gentle boost. Studies show that even a small dose of early morning strength work can raise testosterone levels by 10 to 20% over a few weeks, especially in men over 60. And beyond the physical benefits, it starts to rebuild your confidence. You begin the day feeling capable, grounded, awake. That brings us to step 4, refuel. Now your body's primed. It needs the right kind of fuel to sustain that energy and keep your hormones working for you, not against you. The first meal of your day is crucial, and for many men, this is where the biggest mistakes happen. Skip breakfast or load up on sugar and carbs, and you crash by 10 a.m. Your testosterone dips, your insulin spikes, and your mood follows. So here's what to do instead. Aim for a high-protein, healthy fat breakfast, low in sugar and processed grains. I recommend something like 2 or 3 eggs, a handful of spinach sautéed in olive oil, half an avocado, and a small serving of berries like blueberries or raspberries. This combo gives your body what it needs: amino acids, essential fats, fiber, and powerful micronutrients like zinc, magnesium, and B vitamins, all critical for testosterone and vascular health. Want to take it a step further? Add vitamin D3, especially if you're not getting morning sun. Somewhere between 800 to 2000 IU taken with breakfast has been shown to raise testosterone in men who are deficient. And sadly, most older adults are. If your mornings feel foggy, if you're dealing with low drive or mood swings, this step alone can make a surprising difference in just a couple of weeks. Let me give you a real-world example. Mark, age 62, a retired police officer, told me he felt flat most mornings. No energy, low mood, no motivation to work out, even though he used to love it. We kept it simple. I had him drink water first thing, do 5 minutes of breath work, 10 squats, and eat a clean breakfast with protein and healthy fats. Within 2 weeks, he said the fog started to lift. After 6 weeks, he said, "I'm sharper, I'm more grounded, and I'm getting my edge back." Now, none of this is magic, and I'll say this clearly. Consistency is everything. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do it all 7 days a week. But if you can follow this routine 5 or 6 days out of the week, your body will respond. Blood vessels begin to relax. Your energy lasts longer. You sleep deeper. Your mood becomes more even. Most men start to feel noticeable change within 7 to 10 days, and the full benefits often build over 6 to 12 weeks. The beauty of this routine is that it fits into your life without turning it upside down. You're not committing to hours at the gym, you're not taking risky meds or chasing every new health fad. You're simply working with your body's natural rhythms, using timing and movement and real food to rebuild strength from the inside out. Let's recap the full morning plan. It starts when you wake up, ideally without a blaring alarm. Keep your phone out of reach, let the room be quiet, and give your nervous system time to adjust. Drink water within 15 minutes, step outside for natural light exposure, do 5 minutes of deep breathing, then do a simple strength set, just 8 to 12 reps. Finally, eat a clean breakfast focused on protein, fats, and nutrients. That's it. 20 to 30 minutes of intention, and your body starts to shift. Your hormones respond. Your energy builds, your confidence begins to return. You feel like you again. Now, here's something I really want to emphasize. This routine isn't about chasing youth, and it's not about perfection. It's about reclaiming control. When men start following these 4 steps consistently, something changes. And it's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. You start waking up with a sense of direction. Your mind gets clearer. That heavy feeling in your chest starts to lift. You stop dreading the day ahead and start stepping into it with quiet confidence. Here's why. When your circulation improves, your brain gets more oxygen. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard. Your hormones become more stable. And all of that affects your mood, your patience, your focus. We often talk about testosterone like it's just about sex drive, but the truth is, it also supports mental sharpness, bone density, immune function, and metabolism. When your levels are balanced, everything feels smoother, more efficient, more alive. And when men ignore their morning habits, the opposite happens. Stress hormones like cortisol remain high all day, blood sugar stays unstable, nitric oxide levels plummet. Your brain chemistry shifts in the wrong direction. This leads to what I call the slow fade. You're not sick, but you're not thriving. You're just fading. It happens so gradually you barely notice until one day you wake up and realize you haven't felt truly good in a long time. But let me tell you, your body wants to recover. It wants to work with you. It just needs the right support. The beauty of this 4-step morning protocol is that it restores the signals your body stopped hearing. Signals that say, wake up, move, build, heal. And when you start sending those signals again, even in your 60s or 70s, your biology responds. In fact, multiple studies show that endothelial function, the ability of your blood vessels to dilate and relax, can improve by up to 30% with regular morning stimulation and breath work. One study found that after just 8 weeks of consistent morning movement and nutrient-rich breakfast, older men saw improvements in testosterone, insulin sensitivity, blood pressure, and inflammatory markers. That means lower risk of heart disease, better sexual function, and even more stable weight. And that's without medication, without overhauling everything, just by doing the basics with purpose every morning. Let's talk about James. He's 64, a former school principal. He said he felt invisible, not just to other people, but to himself. His posture had started to slump. He stopped making eye contact. His motivation to do anything, go out, eat right, even just talk to his wife had almost disappeared. We started with mornings. He gave me 30 minutes a day. Within a month, he told me something that stuck with me. He said, I don't just feel younger, I feel like me again. That's what this is really about. We're not chasing some unrealistic idea of youth. We're rebuilding the foundation of vitality, the systems that allow you to be present, to be connected, to feel strong in your own skin. And yes, that includes your relationships, because when blood flow improves and testosterone rises, so does your sense of intimacy. Not just in the bedroom, but in how you talk, how you listen, how you show up for the people you care about. And that's why I say this is not just a routine. It's a recalibration. You're training your body to respond differently. You're saying, I'm not done. Every time you drink water instead of grabbing your phone, every time you take those deep breaths, every time you move with intention or feel yourself properly, you're making a deposit in your vitality bank. Those deposits compound. Over time, they build a body that supports you, not fights you. Look, you've probably been told more than once that fatigue, low drive, and brain fog are just part of getting older, that you should slow down, accept it, maybe take a pill and move on. But I disagree. Strong circulation, balanced hormones, and steady energy are not luxuries. They're basics, and they don't disappear just because you hit 60 or 70. They disappear when you stop supporting them. But that means you can bring them back. When men follow this morning routine consistently, even 80% of the time, they usually see measurable change within a few weeks. And it doesn't stop there. Over time, the body builds momentum. You crave better food. You move more during the day. You sleep deeper at night. You think more clearly. And perhaps most importantly, you feel proud of yourself again. That's what I want for you. Let me remind you, this isn't about doing everything perfectly. This isn't a competition. This is about making your first 30 minutes of the day work for you instead of against you. If you wake up late, start with 1 or 2 steps. If you miss a day, no problem. What matters is that you return to the process. It's the consistency, not the intensity, that creates transformation. Now, let's zoom out. What you're really doing with this morning routine is resetting your internal clock, your circadian rhythm. That one rhythm governs almost every system in your body, from testosterone to insulin to sleep quality, digestion, and brain performance. When you align your habits with your natural rhythm, your body starts to heal on its own. That's the power of rhythm. It's not just about routines. It's about restoring order inside the body. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to try to be healthy all day if your morning does the heavy lifting. Get it right at the beginning, and your choices throughout the day become easier. You crave less sugar. You don't crash in the afternoon. Your mood stays level. Your posture improves without thinking. That's the difference between willpower and physiology. One is effort, the other is flow, and this routine helps you get into flow. When men follow this for just a few weeks, they stop surviving and start living again. They take more walks. They initiate conversations. They start rebuilding relationships that were quietly fading. I've watched men go from feeling invisible to feeling like leaders again, in their homes, their families, even in how they carry themselves in public. That doesn't come from a pill or a shortcut. That comes from turning your body back on, from the inside out. So now it's your turn. The 4-hour routine is simple. Rehydrate with water first thing. Reoxygenate with 5 minutes of deep belly breathing. Reignite with 2 to 3 minutes of controlled strength movement. Refuel with the clean breakfast built on protein, healthy fats, and key nutrients. That's it. And yes, it works. Not overnight, but over days, weeks, and months. With each passing day, the benefits stack up. Stronger blood flow, clearer focus, more balanced hormones, deeper rest, better intimacy, and above all, real confidence. Because confidence doesn't come from looking a certain way or impressing other people. It comes from feeling aligned with yourself again. It comes from knowing your body is working with you, not against you. From feeling the strength in your legs when you stand. From clarity in your thoughts. From a steady pulse in your chest that says, I've got this. And yes, confidence comes from showing up for yourself quietly every single morning, even when no one's watching. So don't wait for the perfect Monday. Don't wait until you have everything figured out. Start tomorrow. Start with 1 glass of water, 1 round of breath work, a few squats, a real breakfast. Then do it again the next day and the next. Because the moment you take your mornings back, you start to take your life back. And that is the first step towards something better, not just for your body, but for your mind, your relationships, your future. If this message resonated with you, if you're ready to build strength from the inside out, stay tuned. In tomorrow's video, we'll break down the exact foods that naturally boost nitric oxide production and improve circulation at any age. These are the same strategies I use with my private clients. You won't want to miss it. Until then, I want you to remember this. You're not too old, you're not too far gone, and it is not too late. You're still here, and your body is still listening. So take the lead. Let the morning be your foundation. Let consistency be your strategy. And let strength, clarity, and confidence come back home, right where they belong.